Today is August 22nd, which means the long-awaited meeting between the BRICS alliance has begun. So why the hell should you care? All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So the BRICS alliance was formed in 2006 in order to form a bloc of countries to help counter the influence of the United Nations and the G7. And this meeting is the 15th meeting of the group, and it's the first meeting they've had since prior to that worldwide flu that we had.
All leaders will gather in Johannesburg, South Africa. They will attend the 15th annual Brics Summit.
Now, over the years, this group has had its ups and downs, right? Its primary issue is cohesiveness. Very rarely are they on the same page on certain topics, but there are some topics in which they do come together and they work very effectively as a bloc. Now, there are several issues on the agenda this year, everything from artificial intelligence to de-dollarization. Now, on the issue regarding artificial intelligence, I would expect China to dominate that discussion. I mean, they are the world leader in artificial intelligence, even more than the US. So I kind of doubt that the other countries in the BRICS alliance are going to have much to add to that discussion. China, I think, is going to dictate that conversation. But the topic that we need to be worried about is that of de-dollarization.
A central focus of the summit will be the possible expansion of the bloc. The second pivotal discussion will revolve around the bloc's de-dollarization bid in an effort to grant it greater weight in international affairs. On the other hand, de-dollarization has taken on fresh importance for Russia and China. This as they have increasingly come under sanctions from the West.
Now, this group formed the New Development Bank as a direct answer to the IMF. But don't worry, the New Development Bank is really peanuts. Compared to the IMF, it is small fry.
Yes, the bloc has created an alternative to the IMF and the World Bank, but the New Development Bank is in no way close to them. In the last decade, it approved loans worth $33 billion. That's 1/3 of what the World Bank committed to giving in just 1 year.
But there have been bilateral efforts between the BRICS countries and other countries to settle international trade outside of the US dollar. And that trend is accelerating. Now, the US dollar is still the world's reserve currency, but that status has been diminished very significantly. And as this move toward de-dollarization expands, the US economy will be put more and more at risk. Certainly, US prestige will become more and more at risk. And what if you're not an American citizen? Why should you care? Well, listen, this is all about changing the paradigm, changing the modern financial system. And removing the US dollar as the world's reserve currency is a critical part of that process. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about how they're going to announce a new currency backed by gold or other precious metals to compete against the US dollar. I'd be surprised if we had an actual announcement on the introduction of that new currency during this meeting. I mean, it could happen. But more than likely, they're just going to talk about the progress that's been made toward that effort. So I just want to have you alerted to what's going on here, just in case something really significant comes out of this event. I wouldn't cancel your round of golf in order to wait and see what happens at this event. But this summit does have the potential of creating a surprise that could upset the markets. So that's why I thought it's important to let you know that it is going on. So the BRICS Summit meeting of 2023 being held in South Africa. Let's see whether any significant news comes out of this. Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, signing out.